Hi, I'm Tash Rogers, and prior to being a coach, I was a paramedic for 32 years in Sydney. I loved my job. It was my absolute passion, and it filled my soul in ways that you'll never understand. I had the privilege of being in people's homes at their most vulnerable moments and their most joyful and happy times. I was honoured to be a part of that community. In May 2017, I had a head-on collision whilst on duty. And it wasn't just a head-on collision, it was a deliberate attempt on my partner and myself's life. That night was the night that my entire life changed in every aspect, not just one, every aspect. The amount of anxiety and fear and everything, I thought my life was going to end that night. I had multiple surgeries for multiple injuries, but the biggest injury I sustained was PTSD. And for those that don't know what that is, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. I had no idea I was going through PTSD. All I knew was that my life was spiralling. That was the last shift I ever did on road. I had no idea that I would never return to work after that accident. Over the months, I started getting depressed, anxious. I spiralled in such a way that I became suicidal. My family suffered. I lost my relationship. I lost 30 years of colleagues at work because I couldn't face work anymore. I couldn't put on the uniform that I had so much pride in. I never understood suicide. I never understood wanting to leave your children, family. And when you're in that dark, 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 despairing place, you think you're being buried. And I had no idea of the hurt or the turmoil that I would leave behind if I did what I was going to do. I ended up in a facility for emergency services for 6 months, being treated with really severe PTSD. And I suppose because it wasn't just a normal accident, it was an attempted murder, and everything that went with that, it just changed my life completely. My life completely changed that night. I didn't just lose my career, my family, my relationships and all my colleagues. I lost myself. I actually had no idea anymore who I was. I had no clue. But what it did, it brought me to where I was meant to be. Nearly 7 years down the track, I am now living my purpose. I'm passionate about helping, coaching, training, guiding people to a healthy life, an awareness about themselves, self-love, self-worth, self-respect. And going down the personal development path for myself helped me heal a lot of inner traumas. I had no understanding of childhood trauma or intergenerational trauma until I went through this myself. This accident and what this experience and this whole 7 years of growth has done for me is I now help people in another capacity. I might not be a paramedic anymore. I'm not actually a coach anymore, I'm Tash. For the first time ever, I am Tash. I'm not identified by what I do. I realised over my 50 odd years in this world, choices and decisions I made impacted my whole family. And a lot of my decisions and choices were made under what they call a threat or survival response due to my upbringing. Until this trauma of my own, I had no idea of that. So over the last 3-4 years, I've really researched and done a lot of work to understand the patterns, programs and beliefs. So I dived into the intergenerational trauma work. I believe that it is imperative to know this as young people so that you can make smart decisions, you know, partners, marriages, having children, understanding your own psychology. I started to go down the family dynamics path because I realised how many couples and families I was starting to help just in a general aspect of coaching. I was originally just doing trauma coaching and general coaching, but I actually love working with families and relationships now. It is my new purpose, it is my new passion, and I absolutely love it. And I know it works, and I stand by it, it works, and life is
amazing when you understand the dynamics of your own programming. It has a ripple effect on everybody in your life.
That night for me, as horrendous as it was, it gave me my life back. And I would never have seen that. And I didn't see that for a long time. I was in such hate and revenge, and I wanted this man to suffer, but I actually thank this man now. This man gave me my life back, has put me on the path that I'm supposed to be on, and I could not be happier.
The ambulance was a brilliant job, and I helped and fixed people, but this is life-changing, and that's how I want to inspire people. I want to show people that you can go from rock bottom, which is where I was at after my accident, to here today, to be helping, guiding and sharing this story with people and making them aware, making them authentic, making them believe in themselves. I love it, and it does make me emotional.
Why does it make you emotional?
Because I know what it does for people. It gives people their life back. Know your worth. Know that you have a better life out there. If you are unhappy, if you are stuck where you are, if you can't understand why you are like you are and why you keep following the same patterns of unhealthy relationships, toxic friendships, toxic workplaces, or just generally unhappy, there's an answer. And it's not just how it is. You can make a change. Never give up on yourself. Know your worth, love yourself, respect yourself, and watch the ripple effect.